Peace to the family. Peace to the family. We are now live. We are now live. Black Magic 363. Back-to-back nights. I know y'all still high off that Yaki interview from yesterday. Shout out to that brother. Amazing interview. I'm back at it with two legends in the game. What's so good? What's going to be so great about tonight and us talking about what we're talking about, family? Both of these brothers come from different eras in this thing we call hip-hop and this thing we call music. And if you watch the last 3-4 shows of mine, we all talked about how important music is. We actually have molecules, atoms in us right now that's probably doing the same dances that we do on TV. They probably doing the what's one of the shits we do right now? What some niggas do right now?
These young niggas, I don't know what
they do it, but whatever we doing right now, and I'm not even making this shit up. You might have cells and atoms in you that's dancing just like that. They say as above, so below, as within, so without. Where do you think we get this shit from? One thing, and I'm gonna say this before we start and I show some ads. One thing Cam told me, Cam Bada, you know Cam Bada, you fuck with the shrooms heavy. So he said he was doing shrooms. And he said, I'm posting this on Instagram because it's like behind the scenes footage of Holy Ghost too. He do shrooms and he said he was seeing these entities. And the only form of communication that they used was dancing. So he said how they communicated was through pop locking. He said they didn't have no mouths, so when they want to talk, they started pop locking and shit like that. Dancing, music, all this shit is very important. So we gonna get it to. We gonna have a great show, family. I'm letting y'all fill in the room. Make sure you like the video. That's very important for the algorithm, family. Make sure you like the video so more people can know that we are live. Make sure you share the video. You know what I'm saying? I see Nola Ledge is in the building. All right. They might be coming on a little late. Shout out to Nola Ledge. They might be coming on a little late. So I hope they're able to make it tonight. You know what I'm saying? But thanks for the Cash App love. I'm already getting Cash App love. I appreciate it. Let me get to a few ads. And we're gonna be back. We're gonna talk. This show is so important, family. It's so important. Don't sleep on hip hop. Don't think it's just some ignorant young. Don't sleep on hip hop. The hip hop runs the world, family. The entire globe. It has for us quite some time now. Don't sleep on it. All right, I'll be right back, family. First of all,
you hear me?
Give me what happened, Lux? Hold up. Let me get to these ads real quick, Lux. All right, you hear me? I think his mic messed up. Yeah. Lux, you hear me? All right, let me get to these ads. All right, family. Shout out to King Simon, one of the best when it comes to numerology. For a consultation, text him your full name and date of birth, 347-496-1022. He also has an introductory course on udemy.com. Make sure you go to udemy.com for his introductory course, and you can get more information later on. Also, make sure you go to blackmagicuniversity.com. Every workshop that I have, I post on there. So, if you got to play catch up, you got to play catch up, but you don't want to get caught too far behind, go to blackmagicuniversity.com, family. All right? And with that being said, let me do this. Hold up, give me a second, fam. What's going on in the chat? Let me see, because y'all in here already. We 300 strong already. We got somebody from the UK said drill rap is shit. I hear you. We gonna talk about it. What else going on in the chat? Yeah, Black Dot and Malcolm. Shout out to Malcolm. Dot, how Malcolm? How was his son? How was your grandson doing? Black Dot.
He's good, and he's beating the hell out of Malcolm.
Woo.
You know what I mean? So all them lessons that you were telling him, and I was telling him, he's now living it. But that's the price of fatherhood.
Yes.
And raising a young noble. You know.
Yes. Indeed. Shout out to Malcolm. Don't worry, Malcolm. We all go through it. I got warned about it. Now it's your turn, brother. Shout out to Tone B. That's my brother from Atlanta. Shout out to Tone B, longtime supporter. Let me just see who else is in the Urban Super X. You got a lot of love in the chat, Black Dot. All right. So I'm with two legends. The beautiful thing about the broadcast tonight is that these are two legends in the hip hop game from different eras. So
Hold on, I can't hear Rich.
Two. Oh yeah, Lux is having audio problems, so we just gonna keep it moving while Lux. He don't realize I think he has it on
Hold on,
mute.
bro.
I
My
see he
bad,
has it
my
on
bad.
mute. You can hear
All
me
right,
now,
you back
brother?
up and running.
I'm
You
trying to
back
figure out
up.
why I can't hear you.
We can hear
Lux.
you.
Yeah, Lux get this together. We're gonna keep it going here. Get it together.
Rich, you
We're not
get
gonna.
it? Oh,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Lux. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, he'll get it together and be right back. All right, so Dot, let me read you this real quick, Dot. Let me show you this. Let me share the screen with this. Give me 1 second. Hold up. Let me let Lux back in. Lux, you hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
All right. So I want to start out about what kind of inspired this show, family. I finally seen somebody in the radio take a stance, and another event that made me want to do the show. Drewski from Hot 97. It's a radio station in New York City. If you're from out of town, he said, "I'm not one of the biggest radio stations in the last. Shit. Everybody know about Summer Jam." He said, "I'm not supporting no more diss gang music. If you're dissing each other in the songs, don't even send it to me. I don't care if the artist sends it, the label sends it, your big homie sends it. I will not support or play any more diss gang records on the radio. We are losing too many men and women to the streets." So if any of you don't know exactly when you hear the word drill, you're like, what are they talking about? Drill, maybe you could substitute drill for murder music or gang music, but it's I guess Dot and Lux elaborated, but it is kind of murder music if you ask me. But Hot 97
Yeah.
is talking about banning it. A young man, I did a giveaway about 12 years ago. The young man I'm talking about is A.A. Rashid's nephew, I believe. And I did a giveaway, and at this giveaway, it was a back to school drive I was doing, and this was about 13 years ago. And me and a brother named Mike put it together. And one of the gifts I was giving away, I'll never forget. I went to Best Buy on 86th Street in Lexington with my girl, and I spent $800 on a laptop, and I was giving away the laptop to whoever wanted. You know what I'm saying? So, we had the contest, and at the end of the contest, A.A. Rashid's nephew won the laptop. So I never forgot that young brother. I was just like, damn, it's good to see the young. He was so happy. He was in this disbelief, like, yo, this is real. Like, you really got this? Like, oh shit. Fast forward, about last week, I found out this brother got shot. He's a famous drill rapper in New York. His name is Nas Blixky, and he got shot by a rival gang. And I guess for whatever in the drill music, they dissing each other, whatever. And it just hit me because I know the young brother. He used to, his father used to bring him to LIU to play with Red Pill's son back in the day. And I'm like, damn, man, I remember when that young man won the giveaway and won the computer. Damn, yo, I never forget that. So I'm like, and then I see Hot 97 banning it. We see somebody getting clipped every week on with the drill music scene. So I'm like, damn, let's have a conversation about this drill music. Let's really talk about this. So just to start out with, before we get into it more, what do you think about Drewski? Because we always talking about censorship. We don't want nobody to censor us. We don't want Google. We don't want YouTube. We don't want Facebook. We don't want Instagram. So when we talk about censorship, and we're all artists here, we're all creatives. We don't want our creativity to be censored. As toxic as drill is, what do you think about the move from Hot 97 and moving forward? How should we address what's going on with drill music, y'all?
I I commend the brother for real. I've met Drewski personally, in certain situations and events, but that was a power move right there. Like wholeheartedly, that was a power move because somebody got to be the first one, like to set a new precedent, like let everybody know. Listen, we can't go for this. It ain't helping nobody. It's hurting at this point. Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? It can hurt. You know what I mean? That's why I like to, we say this phrase, put the medicine in the dessert. I think if your voice can be a vehicle, and it is when you're an artist, you should use it, you know what I mean, responsibly. That's why when I got aware, you know what I mean, of certain things and what people extract from the material and what they keep with them. Yo, we changing DNA. We don't know it, but we science. We playing with genetics, like with everything we do. So to let that out there, and for somebody to you give them that energy to go with, that shit going. Listen, man. Whether they know it or not, different sets, different gangs, boom, boom. Man, they brothers are the same cloth for real. And if they knew better, they do better. But in the case that they not, I approve that move by Drewski for going in there and taking a stand, man, so we can show others like it's all right to do that, because that shit ain't helping, man. It's too many promising lives being snatched that could help us in the overall fight, man. That's my take on it.
And I agree with Lux. And what I want to add to that is this: if the energy has no flow and is cut off, it can't continue. It's like electricity. It has to have a conductor. So the DJs become conductors of this. So just like a record label, if they not into what you into, the platforms in which you need to express and create are no longer there. So a DJ, a white DJ at that, saying enough is enough is very profound, because now if people follow suit, that specific energy, back to what Rich said, we don't want to curtail censorship, but there's an exception to every rule, because here's the thing. We're talking about chaos magic, right? So we're talking about the ability to speak
Doc, can you speak more into the mic? You're a little low. The people are saying you're a little low.
I don't know where my mic is on this thing. Okay. Am I louder?
No, you're good enough, but some people were saying you were a little low. I just want to, but go ahead. You good? Okay. You good?
Because I'm on my iPad. I usually on my computer.
Okay.
When we have the ability to speak things into existence, right? The rate in which those things are brought into manifest depends on how many people log on to the frequency. Point in case, back in the days during the World Star era, we used to have this term called fake it till you make it, right? So you would do these videos with these cars, fancy ladies, champagne, even though you didn't own all of those things. But by the third video, after 700,000 people logged into that frequency, it accelerated the process in which that shit became yours. By the fourth video, you really owned all that shit. Now, the term fake it till you make it takes on a different term, because these drill rappers are not faking it. They're not faking about killing people. They're actually killing people. So when other people have the ability to log onto that frequency and feed it, if I cross paths with you after I spit into existence what I want to do, now it's on and popping and lives are being lost. So when DJs take the stand, because DJs are the heartbeat, remember, they are the force of all of this. They are the heartbeat. When they say enough is enough, now that energy dies at its source, because it doesn't have the conduit and circuitry to keep moving so that other people can hear it and other people can log on to their frequency and make that shit happen. So I too commend, you know what I'm saying, what the brother did.
What do you think?
I'm gonna get better on audio.
Okay. What do you think this says?
Hey, go get that mic for me, the USB mic.
What does this say about when Drewski stepping up saying this on a major station, radio station like Hot 97? Does that say something about the black DJs that a white dude he came out first and said, "Nick, this enough is enough"? Like, a lot of black DJs could have stepped up and said that, but for whatever reason, a white dude came up and said, "Yo, enough is enough." Does that say something about the black DJs that we have in our community? In America.
Give me that.
Man.
Go ahead, Lux. Start first, because Doc getting his mic together.
Yeah, no, that's something to be aware of, though. I ain't gonna hold you. When we look at it, because it is our culture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's tough though. You know what I mean? And when I think cultures, I'm at the point, Rich. It ain't even black and white for me. You know what I mean? I say it's a way of being. It's behavior. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a frequency.
it's a frequency, man. It ain't really got nothing to do, with skin folk, kinfolk. It's not even that. So it's conditioning. I can't, because a lot of people may have thought the same, and we don't know. Motherfuckers be trying to protect them jobs and do what's cool and just try to fit in. But as far as it, him doing it outside of the,
I can't.
I can't even get in there. I'm just glad somebody did it. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? For real, because this shit, no matter what, whoever's involved in the community of hip hop, man, we can either hurt each other or help each other. And I'm just glad that he took that on. But we all learning from each other, Rich, for real. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta get a whiff of it. If it takes for somebody to walk in your house and dot an eye or raise awareness to some shit that you might have not picked up on or cleaned up on, when they get there, when they gonna let you know. And that's how God do. Wherever it comes from, it's our responsibility at that point, once we're aware of it, to do what we need to do to change the situation. And I think this is the happening right now. You know what I'm saying? You sound better, big bro.
I'm trying, man, trying to get this thing together.
No, it sound like something. It sound like something. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Hip hop over the years has been, to me, a qualifying and disqualifying art form. Whether you're white, black, Chinese, we used to have a term called down by law. And if you follow the principles of the culture and you're not exploiting the culture, color won't come into the issue. I only mention that because Hot 97 is the heartbeat of More Than You Can Imagine. We set the template here. We're on a grid here in New York that other radio stations follow and mimic throughout the country, right? Hot 97, if they stop playing, look what they did to Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang said, fuck Hot 97. Hot 97 stopped playing Wu-Tang's music, and then across the country, they suffered. So there is a web that is connected. So because he's from Hot 97, it's more important than him being a white DJ. But I wanted to put that out there because we all see what's going on. We all see what's happening to our culture. But as Luck said, these jobs and the security, a lot of people are afraid to go out and earn their own. They get cushy in these positions and they look the other way. And as a result of that, we have negligence taking place within the culture that we just know is wrong. And when these young guys are dying like flies, I wrote in my book, Urban Culture Decoded, that these are warrior spirits, Rich. And this drill music is they've been summoned here for war. And the drums that they're playing are drum wars, but we're not preparing them for who the war should be against. So they staging war on themselves. Listen, they didn't come here. They're not here for long periods of time. These warriors understand they're on a mission. Right. And they incarnate here at this time, ready for war. But because we haven't laid a foundation to teach them who their open enemy is and this and that, they got to burn that energy off somehow. So they're burning the energy off on themselves. And that's why they're dropping like flies.
It's powerful. Blue Pill said that the other day. He said they don't know who the op is. They don't know who the op is. Yeah.
Right.
Well put. Well put, man. Word. That's what it is. I've been saying that too.
With drill, what's interesting is that it's not, at this point, it's all over the world. Like I seen African drill, UK drill, Chicago drill, New York drill. And like, so what's the difference, would you say? Let me say it like this, since we got Lux on the line. Let me say it like this. With drill music, I remember, there was this drill song, I think his name is Nardo Wick. And he was like, I want smoke, nigga. Yeah. I want smoke, nigga. Yeah. I heard it, and that shit had me ready to get up. Like, I'm like, that shit it hypnotized me for a second. Like, I want to kill a nigga. But I never I never felt that way. As much as the gun talk and battle rap, I never felt that listening to the gun talk and battle rap. So what's the difference? Battle rap is full of gun talk. I'm gonna kill him, shoot his arm off like it's a what they got all these analogies about how to kill a nigga. I never felt the urge of violence within me like I do if I listen to drill music. So why does drill music create that energy in individuals, but battle rap doesn't?
That's a great question. Yeah.
I feel like I don't know, but Rich, your perspective, like you at a point where I was watching the gym when you had Sister Myra up there with she was talking like how you can take a passage or take a code, but know how to almost transmute it into what you got specifically going on in your situation. So you hearing like the war drums, but you don't take the fight where you know it ain't supposed to be. You know the terrain to take it to. So you get in the energy, you get in the fire, but you putting it in that. I just don't think they had that. And then hold on, there's a whole nother energy that goes into that. When they talking what they talking, they mean it though. So the energy that's going into them songs in
Okay,
that space,
okay,
so
okay.
those that's on that frequency with them, man,
Yeah,
they all the way tapped into. We know how to take it, get the codes, and then like when I'm working out, I got a few drill joints that come on on a playlist.
yeah.
That's just what it is. But I'm gonna use that energy, and I'm gonna put it to what I'm doing right here. You know what I
Urban
mean? So
alchemy, urban alchemy.
yeah, that way. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Yes, I like that. But that's you know what I mean? Because you need the energy, but it's just transmutation. So I don't believe in my heart of hearts that they are at the age where they're responsible enough. That's why that Drewski move
Mm,
is important. It's
Yeah.
important because we can y'all put permits or license a specific age on alcohol, or you'll put it on this to go in the club on that. So it has to be somebody's sanctioning and being responsible. Like, no, you can't have these type of discussions just linger where them kids got to try to take that and make sense of it with a kid being 13, 14 years of life and expect him to be in adult situations and make sound decisions. Can't do that. So I love that move. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just like I said, some of them, this audience at the age that they get is a real tender age, man. And they may not just be responsible enough to know to take that energy and do something else with it. But if this starting to happen, what I hope would happen is we start having more conscious discussions and between bridging the gap with those that may feel like they of a certain age and understanding with those that are not, and like we need those because there's a disconnect. It's really a disconnect.
mhm,
You know
And
what I mean? It's the conversations.
and what I would like to add to that is this. I posed a question on my Instagram and I said, when the metaverse gets to a point where a battle rapper in particular, whatever he or she says manifests in real time, right? What we're going to see is an amazing breakdown. Because let's say, take somebody like Loaded Lux,
mhm,
right? He has double, triple, and quadruple entendres, right?
mhm, mhm,
Which open up multiple doors at once.
mhm,
Based on whatever door you go in, you're going to come out with a different outlook. So this metaverse thing, going into the mind of Loaded Lux, who can double, triple, quadruple entendre, it shows the magnificence of the manifestation of the word. So in the metaverse, these things are happening in real time. So if I'm gonna blow your brains out, your avatar brains get blown out. But when I throw 2 and 3 metaphors and entendres on top of each other, which force you to have to go into different doors and come up out of a different result, that shit is magic in real time, or not in real time in the metaverse. We have that ability when we speak in our actual universe. So all of these words being spoken in battle rap, the imagination of the receiver and the deliverer, they're intertwined into a war of imagination, and the
mhm,
audience watching, based on what level of initiate they are, will be able to truly appreciate the magic of word. Spoken
mhm.
word is different than written word. Written word, it
Ah,
creates certain kind of spells. right? Because that's where
Oh
stuff
shit.
comes from. And
Uh-huh.
that spoken word opens up levels of the imagination that is crazy. I say all of that to say this. In drill rap, there are not a lot of entendres. They are direct shots,
Right.
you know what I mean, which cannot be interpreted 4 and 5 ways.
Different
So the
ways, right.
energy is different and it is a direct energy. And because we don't spend time teaching these babies, like Lux said, schooling them on the power of the word, the power
Yes.
of the thought with word, creating geometrical patterns that create their reality. The reality they're creating is a very destructive one. So we're seeing word and magic and chaos magic by the user who doesn't understand the properties of the magic that they're using.
So you sound like you're saying something similar to the sister here, Sarah T. She says, Brother Rich, drill music is a chant energy and it enters the brain differently. So is that what you're saying right now, Doc?
The repetition of any words that are being chanted help bring that into our reality faster. That's why when you hear a song on the radio, if I'm only singing it, that's one thing. If a million people around the country are chanting the same exact thing, we bring that into our reality. So when we call our women bitches, hoes, and we speak of violence on these levels, along with these signals that are being beamed out across the country, being radio stations and video shows, we possess the magic. There is no magic by the ones we think possess the magic, but we don't know it. So we start chanting these drill songs. It's a drill. Drill that shit in his head. Drill that shit in his mind. Drill that shit in his body. Drill that shit in his soul. Next thing you know, he hitting you with the motherfucking drill. So yes, it is a chant that brings these things into existence. And the more people that participate, the chant becomes more powerful. The more powerful the chant, that means if I say I'm gonna get you when I see you, and everybody else says I'm gonna get you when I see you, I'm gonna see you before you know it. The paths is gonna cross and death is gonna take place.
You know what's a weird I don't know if paradox is the word, but or contradiction is the word, but you know what's something I've never seen when it because we've had gangster music like let's say the NWA, Death Row era. We've heard gangster music before, but what's different about drill music is that it's straight murder music. They talking about getting at their ops, but while they're talking about getting in their ops, they're making the smoothest. They're making like some moves, like some R&B type move. They're dancing like they're like Bobby Smurda, for example, or whatever. They or Pop Smoke. I've never seen murder music where you like, hey, you talking about killing. Like you, if you killing it, you like, you doing all types of other shit. But now I've never seen this. You talking about killing nigga, but you making like smooth love making moves and shit like that. So I don't where does this come from? Where you killing a nigga, but you like, yeah, kill a nigga, sit there. Like, how does that happen, bro? I swear, how does that happen? You see Pop Smoke dance before?
Yeah, nah, that's the way.
Yo, he be like, Pop Smoke be like, he be doing, nigga be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, how does that happen, bro?
I think it's always been there. It's just the way they swaying now. Like but they used to crip walk. You know,
crip walking, but this is different. This is like some R&B shit. Like you doing salsa with your girl or some shit like that.
Well, Rich, what I think, Rich, is when you're not afraid of death, right? Ooh. This becomes a celebration of what's about to take place. So remember, the heartbeat is the first drum, right? We used to beat the drum before we went to war. And they used to say, I heard this from Bobby Hemming and some of the elders, you can hear that drum from 2 days away. That's how hard we was. Boom, 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 boom. We would literally be 2 days away before we got into your ass. Do you think when that drum was playing and we 2 days away, we just walking straight? Now we were down there because we know this shit it's a ritual of death, and we're not afraid of death. warriors are not afraid of death. These young people are warriors, but they don't know who they should be staging war on. And remember, still one of the elements of hip hop. You got the drum, you got the b-boy, so that's a form of b-boying, but a b-boy death dance, so to speak. So you got the lyrics.
B-boy death dance.
It's a b-boy death dance, and that music is hitting them. That kundalini is rising because now they're gonna move it from down into the bottom up into that heart, because it takes heart to know I'm ready to die for what it is I believe in. We gotta change the mindset of young people. That's the problem. But they make me nervous because they just not afraid to die, a lot of them. And they're saying, I'd rather have 5 years on this planet enjoying everything I want than have a 40 to 50 year life working on some fucking job with somebody telling me what to do, and they're giving me 2 weeks vacation and all that stupid shit. I want to live it to its fullest because time is an illusion, and they get it, and then they move on to what's next for them.
That's deep. Lux, deep. You want to comment on that? Because go ahead, but that's
no, I like that, man. That's it sounds like a almost like Godspeed, like, you know what I'm saying? But in not being stagnated and being able to move like that, it's like bro said though, we gotta kind of designate the traffic a little better. Cause I feel like these are certain things that's being asked of when we go through situations. I think deep down to subconsciously, you may ask for more. Let's just say we summon these young warriors that's going out the way they going out. You heard me? Like, we need troops. You feel me? And then the rhythm, this is what we ask the universe for. So we're sending them in. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like we talk, Rich, like, you gotta stay the course with even with your manifestations. Like, you gotta stay on the line, stay on the track. When it unveils, it's doing it in the flow that it's meant to do it in. You know, we don't ripple the energy. So I feel like, I like that they coming in and they ready to go. But damn, then it's on us because we asked them here to kind of like, we going here. And I think, not that I think, I know.
Lux, I can't hear you no more.
You hear me now?
Okay, I hear you now. Yeah.
No, I just feel like, that's what, like you said, bro, like, it's just changing the mindset. But I love that they got that Godspeed energy. And let's do something with it. You know what I mean? Because that's what we doing. We trying to figure out, all right, what we missed. All right, like I said to you earlier, Rich, like, consciousness is the hustle. We got to figure out on what the plan is, what type of time we need to be on as far as the Most High is concerned. And let's put these moves together, like, properly, though. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great build, and for us to expound on, like, damn, what's the next connection? But yeah, man, that's all. I feel like we just need more order to this shit. But we definitely got the warriors.
They're the chaos. We are supposed to be the order. You know what I mean? So because that chaos is here, and we haven't established order in this realm of, like you said, the consciousness, the mind, that chaos is sort of out of control, where we can't even wheel it in. And don't think these labels don't know what's going on. So it's easier to give them a record deal and channel their energy so that we don't get them and channel their energy. So there is a war going on. And these labels know, let me pin them up and have them going after some bullshit. That means nothing, because if the correct elders get to them, ball game is over. So let's not think that we're not in a war, and those who we are warring against don't know what time it is, because they do. Yeah, they absolutely do.
Yeah, they do. They giving them these deals, and at the same time, because they all in conjunction with the prisons and with this and with that, and they go, look though, they gonna make this type of music, and then that's gonna fill up the prisons or fill up the cemeteries, and like, they all in cahoots. That's some real shit.
Yeah.
Like, I told, like, I ain't fresh off my battle when I did it. I ain't gonna front, like, I was in the studio with Ross, with Cal. I passed them like 5 joints. I ain't gonna front. 3 of them was just totally conscious, like, Like not a game conscious, like the way it's coming on, like I excerpt from different things, boom, boom, boom. But when I did the knowledge at the walk, I'm like, damn, Ross, why you ask me down here? Like, if the music wasn't like that, then put me in position, boom, boom. Like we could line it up. But then I did the knowledge. It's like it's a different conversation that they have.
Yeah.
You understand? So they gotta play to that to keep whatever rolling in the game going, like how the game goes. Like,
absolutely.
for instance, when Baby and Young Thug was rocking out, boom, boom, when they was doing all the funny shit, and then they was calling it pimping. And people wouldn't understand, like, yo, why are you talking like that? Why you... Well, these people got an agenda in place that they want to funnel and push through hip-hop, and they got the big budgets for it.
Absolutely.
So they go on and they go to certain key, what they call the gatekeepers or whatever, boom, boom, and they put these moves together. And they gonna run with the agenda. We hurting the family of hip hop, because then those that's gonna come behind gonna think that's the direct. Oh, we going in that, and that's totally not the move. So yeah, it's a fight, like you said, big bro. It's tug of war. It's like, is this money it, or is this power it? But you gotta do root work to tap into that. Like, you gotta know once you really have a conversation with your true self, ain't nothing better than power, ain't nothing better than true you. Ain't no material out here gonna do it, but you gotta go in there and have that conversation. Now, we don't move the youngest to go in there and have that conversation, make them understand this type of lifestyle and this way of being, and what it does for you in light of the whole game.
Right.
They're getting only a quarter of it. They only get, like, what I'm saying? They getting sold as bullshit. And that's gonna continue to happen if we don't take these moves serious. So this, him doing that, we gotta expound on that. Yeah, nah, we're not doing that. We're doing it like this. And like you said, bro, enough people with that mindset and that consciousness, that's what we gonna manifest. That's what's gonna be in the reality. But we gotta work.
Dot just made me think about something with the last comment he said. We get sad when these talented brothers, a brother like Pop Smoke or a brother like King Von dies because of the music. But what I want to ask is being old, living a long life, is that overrated? And when I say that, I mean we want to live to be 90, 100. The goal is to live to be long, but most of the times the people that live to that age, sometimes they just stop working at 77. By the time they stop working, they're injured, their hip don't work, they got a knee replacement, their ankle don't work, and they're just living. But what we usually see is that the people that get clipped off young fulfilled certain important destinies. Let's take Kobe Bryant, for example. Everything he did, and then all of a sudden at 39, 40 or whatever, 41, he dies. Tupac, Biggie, these are people that made history. We see history being made by people that die young. So is being old and growing old and eating healthy. I've been a vegan for the last 40 years, but I'm still on my job, and I hate my job. I hate my wife. I hate my kids. Is that kind of underrated? And is that spurt of just doing whatever the fuck you want to do for 10 years? Do you think we should start thinking about that lane?
If you don't mind, bro, I want to answer that first.
Yes.
Because I gotta make a move in a few though, Rich.
Yes.
But I think that's arbitrary. I think that's perspective, right? I'm only saying this though, but I don't got all the answers. I'm in theory like most of us is when we trying to figure this shit out. But I say to myself this, right? This life term or this time right now, we don't know what each of us are here for specifically to gather from. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get each time up, I feel like you get a perspective. I mean, a specific that you must learn, and maybe a few of them. You know what I'm saying? But it goes. I feel like it's arbitrary because we don't know. Like, you know what you face with, Rich, on a daily basis. I know what I'm faced with, and I know these different things when I'm going around a bend that I gotta execute to really learn the game or fulfill my purpose. So who knows? I feel like, yeah, the time frame that you are allotted to do what you need to do, You know what I'm saying? You got that time frame. But I'm only saying that because, you know, we can go back and forth with this. But what's to say if somebody's life term now is to have a long life based off of a healthy lifestyle or something, or like, let's say that was the point of their life at that specific term up. I don't think it's a thing of quantity as much as it is quality and specifically what you got to do. But I only bring that up, and then we could go back and forth on it because, yeah, you get the time that you get. You know what each other has to do specifically with that time. But you know what I mean? Yes, you here to do. Everybody's here to do what they need to do. As far as, but I do believe in God's speed too, Rich. I believe like, yo, maybe if you execute what you gotta execute, boom, 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 then you get up out of here. It's just that simple. But the only way I can't like fully say that's what it is because we don't know wholeheartedly what everybody gotta do though. That's the thing. We baffled a little bit.
No, I agree. And to live a long life without purpose, see, that's the key. If you live in a long life without purpose, then that becomes like a chore. Like, why am I here? I got gout. I got fucking diabetes.
Right.
A long life with purpose and understanding what your specific purpose is, time becomes an illusion. So I do understand that. So, and that ties into when young people look at their parents going to work every day. She's a cleaner, a traffic this or that, and they see their parents are never really happy. They see their parents are always worn out and drawn out. They say to themselves, why would I want that? When the options being presented by the local hustler or rapper or celebrity is to say, that's not what life was about. You can have anything and everything you want while you're here if you manifest it. So a stripper might go, okay, I could go to school, get 4 years of college, and go sit at an office and make $60,000, or I can make that in a fucking night, and begin other aspects. And it becomes hard for me as an old dad to tell my son he needs to get a job because in 50 years he's gonna get a pension, and he gonna fuck a pension, Dad. I make what you made your whole life in 2 years. So now what? And that's the battle eldership of a different thought process is having with this young generation. The young generation is going, wait a minute, I got to go to school. I'm going to come out of school owing $150,000. They got me with that shit in college. I never pay them fucking loans off. And then my reward is a job. Somebody else half my age is telling me what the fuck to do. Do you consider that life? So these young people, like, I don't consider that life. I want to fly in G5 jets. I want to pour champagne. I want to screw as many chicks as I want because I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. I want to eat a fucking chicken sandwich just to know what it's like. And I tell people that the habit of eating chicken sandwiches every day is the detrimental part. But to experience something for the first time, that's an experience. You are here for the experience. And the earlier you understand what your mission is, like I said, some of them are warriors, some are philosophers, some are healers, some are musicians, some are artists. And the elders and the community back in the day were the most powerful because they retained most of the knowledge which was passed down from mouth to ear. That's where the whole fucking MC griot shit came from. But we're all confused. Society got you spending most of your time looking for a weekend reward, right? You bust your ass all week. They give you Friday. You go get a haircut. You party Saturday. Sunday, you depressed because Monday, the fucking shit starts all over again, right? Young people are saying, I'm not with that stupid shit.
Right.
So they're creating other ways. These young dudes manifest rocks of money out of thin air because they know it's all chaos magic. Me, my old school thinking ass, I gotta put a little bit to the side. I'm gonna play my lotto numbers.
Right.
I might be lucky with that shit. These young kids don't fuck around. Whatever they want, they manifest. They just don't realize that it's magic that they're doing. You know what? I want a stack of cash. These young niggas don't be worrying about cash, women, cars, none of that shit, Rich. And us of the old paradigm, I got a car note. I'm gonna see if I can. So that's the difference. They're on a whole different magical accord that they know anything they want, they can manifest. But the gatekeepers also know that they're magicians. So they lock them up into these contracts, these spiritual contracts where everything they bring down from the astral realm into a physical existence is binded by some fucking contract they made with these sorcerers. And that's where the bullshit start. And when you don't fulfill that contract or death becomes the order of the day, you out of here. So that's the answer I would give, to that,
Purpose.
Bobby Shmurda. We all know Bobby Shmurda, young brother from Brooklyn. Just recently came home from prison. When he came out, I believe his song "Hot Niggas," the song that blew him up worldwide. I believe it came out in 2014. I mean, this song was big. I mean, I remember when it came out, I listened to it all the time. Like that was my shit. Like it had a certain vibe, energy to it, where I was just like, hot niggas, I shot niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even front. I like the song "Hot Niggas." It was amazing, but he got locked up shortly after that. Probably about 2 years after that, he got locked up. Did some time. He comes home. He came home about a year ago. He's making music. He ain't talking about none of that gang shit no more. He would be like, just caught a body about a week ago. He was talking about all that shit. He ain't talking about, he's just dancing. So now he dancing like I said. And now they're like, yo, that nigga gay or something? Why that nigga dance so much? So with that being said, this is the question I want to ask you. With that being said, with that context being presented, a lot of times we blame the labels. We be like, yo, the labels are pieces of shit. They're devils. They're demonic. Michael Jackson done called them devils. Princeton said they're evil. But the people are saying Bobby Shmurda's trash now. The people are saying they don't fuck with his music now. The people are saying they don't like what he's doing now. I think they want the old Bobby Shmurda back. But the old Bobby Shmurda got his ass locked up. The old Bobby Shmurda was a nigga that was ignorant. He's getting advice from Meek Mill, what's the dude name? Mike Rubin, all types of people that are saying, yo, you're so talented, don't do that gang shit no more. But the people are like, hey, get back to that gang shit, nigga. We want to hear that shit. So we blaming the label so much, but is it really the people that are fucking pieces of shit and that are influencing these artists to be as degenerate as possible instead of the record label?
That's the mass feed. That's really what it is. If you look at the pyramid, we talked about it. You look at the pyramid, the lowest the lowest base is the widest. So we was going up, you know what I'm saying? It gets small as you get to the top, you know what I mean? But I'm saying that's the masses for you. So they already feeding off a certain frequency, Rich. You know what I'm saying? So niggas want that energy. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened when he started cleaning it up, how he felt, if it was different, boom, boom, boom. It's a whole nother energy. But they probably going like that because that's what they saw winning. Now, we don't know if that's just like his energy that went into that was where he was at a space where, you know, he found himself in that little space where he was doing something, you know what I mean? And then that's what they picked up on. But I know when I look at the math, they like debauchery. They like shit like that because, you know what I'm saying? That's the mass frequency that's being pumped. Now, as you start learning more and you get a bit more knowledgeable, then you find different rooms in different areas. And like, you know, what they call us the conscious community. Like, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, but it's all energy, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, that's the masses. He's playing into that field. He on that terrain. So they want what they want because this is what's feeding this circuit right here. So he gonna have to, you know, make a choice or make a decision, and then hopefully if he do it in the right manner, people follow it. You know what I mean? I would love to see Bobby Shmurda, you know what I mean, do it a bit more conscious Because he got a lot of motherfuckers that come out the street, you know what I'm saying, that was in that space that he was in. So if they get hip to it and then they see he making a change, you know, and people might want to know how he did that and do more. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm hoping that's what it is. But yeah, that's what it be, Rich. The masses is at a certain frequency.
And to add on to that, Lux, we know that that's low-hanging fruit to be able to, because as a skilled master of the wordplay as you are, it would be easier for you. It would be so easy for you to just make stupid music because you know that's what would feed the masses. Your consciousness won't allow you to do that. Now, but we do have a term of putting the medicine in the food, as you spoke about when we first came on. So, in my humble opinion, what I think he should have done, this is just my opinion, he was supposed to gradually show his elevation because it wouldn't be as contrasting as what he's showing now. So a lot of times you go to prison, you get a chance to sit down, you still yourself, some OGs get in your ear, and you realize you have power. But you can't abandon what the people know you for before you elevate them. You got to bring the people with you.
Right.
So, you know, even when you killing a nigga on stage, you know when I got to dip down into his frequency and bring it up, or when to go above this nigga's head to send him home to do some studying. So I don't think Bobby Shmurda played that right so that people could say, all right, I still have, he's tapping into the frequency I remember, but I hear something different in there. Wow. You know what I mean? So, and then give a chance to elevate. I say that all the time about Big. Had Big still been alive, who knows what kind of MC Big would have been today. It would have went from Money, Hoes, and Clothes to, you know, something elevated in his growth and things of that nature. So Bobby Shmurda shouldn't have created the contrast so early because the internet is finicky. This virtual reality shit is all finicky. They with you and then they gone. So he should have came out, gave them a hot nigga part 2, but not so ratchet, just something I'm back. You know what I mean? And then gradually started showing his growth and bring his audience with him. So I think from a marketing standpoint, he fucked that up. You know, just my humble opinion.
Yo, hey, I would love to stay. I gotta make a move real quick, right?
Okay.
It's a pleasure, Rich. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
But this is.
He got cut off. We're gonna get straight to Q&A. Let's get to the Q&A. We almost at the hour. You know what? Let me ask Dot one last question before we get to Q&A.
Oh, we done? Oh, okay.
No. I mean, it's up to you. You want to keep it going?
Let's keep it going, man.
Okay, let's keep it going. I wasn't. Yeah, let's have some fun. We're gonna have some fun tonight, family. Let's have some fun. Dot want to keep it going. I didn't want to keep the brother too long, but we're gonna keep it going. A drill artist said, let me ask you this then, Dot. A drill artist said, because it's not just Hot 97 in New York that wants to ban drill. In the UK, they're talking about it also. A drill artist from the UK said when they talked about it over there, by banning drill music, you're gonna prevent the next Dr. Dre from happening. What do you think about a young brother? I'm 17. I make drill music. I'm talking about murder music, and I'm comparing myself to Dr. Dre. He's a billionaire, and I'm saying if you ban me, you prevent the future black billionaire. You ain't about black power, nigga, because I could be a billionaire. I'm just talking about my experience. Go ahead, brother.
I think that's kind of like bullshit because creative energy will always find ways to manifest itself. We never truly needed. The record labels are only adding infrastructure to a creative process. So I'm not saying they're not needed, but remember this: if all the record labels stopped playing gangster music, we would have found another way to use the spoken word, the drum, and all that shit to create something. That's what the 80s was all about, and why I always talk about the diversity in hip hop in the 80s, where you had Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, but you had a Cool G Rap, you had a Public Enemy, but you still had a Big Daddy Kane. It was so diverse, and you found lanes to manifest your creativity. You couldn't sound like somebody else. It wasn't until the record labels began to work in concerted effort to say, we're looking for this, that forced creative people to not be creative. Because if you create something I've already done, how creative is that? That's a replication of what I have already created. So if you're not paradigm shifting, this is why I love Lux and I love Cambada so much, because you really can't box these niggas in. Who knows what they're going to manifest? And every time Cambada hits the mic, it's an original fucking offering, as opposed to some shit that everybody else is doing. And I can make a dance like that. So creation, because it's like water, it must flow. If it's a puddle of water, that's stagnation, that leads to death. So it must continue to flow. So when you say you're gonna stop my creativity, no. When you reach something and it flows, the water never stops. It just finds other ways to continue on a specific path. So you will still find ways to be creative. It's just that this drill music is doing something to raise the blood pressure of these young people who have all of this energy, and they know what they seeing in this third dimensional paradigm is bullshit. They know, but they don't have the proper words or energy to express that it's bullshit.
Right.
So they combusting. They're combusting in a whole different way, while we're trying to hold and conform some shit together that we know is not real. That's the difference. So the only way that they can express the amount of energy that they have is through this music that riles them up and allows them a form of freedom to express how they truly feel. This shit is over, as Panic would say. This shit is over. And their music is there to manifest that. And we keep saying, calm down, young people. Calm down, get an education. Calm down. You can make something of your life if you go to school. And they're going, what the fuck are you talking about? That shit makes no sense to them. And as a result, we have young people that we have a disconnect with. We don't understand. We think they're crazy, and they think they know we crazy. They know we fucking out of our minds. Y'all niggas is doing what? So when this happened in 2000 and so, what did y'all do? Oh, y'all just all lined up and took the shot? Or whatever, y'all just all was in compliance with that while that was happening. So they know, and when we revisit this time, it's going to speak volumes about who was ready to fight for them, who wasn't, and who we left out there to dry. So I'm never leaving young people out to dry. I'm always just trying to understand them to the best of my ability. So my book, Urban Culture Decoded, was really about using urban alchemy. Yeah, they on drugs. Teach them about drugs. Teach them that they can use it to elevate themselves. They want to fuck all the time. Teach them the science and the sacred science and the tantric principles of it. They want to use alcohol. Well, we call that the bottle of spirits. Before you tap into the bottle of spirits, know what you're going to conjure up. Teach them the urban alchemy so they can use everything in their existence to manifest their godhood. The drum, the sacred dance, the word, the beat, along with all of these drugs that they're on. It's a purpose to that shit.
That's deep, Dot. That's deep. So, all right, for years, Dot, we heard artists say when we criticize their lyrics or whatever, we even heard Tupac say this. They're just a messenger for what's going on in the streets. They're just talking about what's going on in the community. They're just talking about what's going on in the world. They're just reporting the news. That's what they would say. When we say, why them niggas talking about all this gangster shit? They'd be like, yeah, I'm just reporting news. I'm saying what's going on. But those same people in that same mentality, for whatever reason, it disappeared during the Obama era when all the police shootings happened, and during the Trump era, and when all this shit with the Jabberwocky, these niggas ain't reporting on the news no more. They ain't reporting on reality. All of a sudden, these niggas that y'all reporting on what's really going on, they ain't reporting on what's going on no more. Now they're saying some other shit now. They're just focused on one thing now. So was that always, and Tupac said this is going back to the 90s. Do you think, was that always a bullshit excuse as rappers to exploit the lowest vibrations of our people? because they're not reporting shit now. Shit.
Well, I think it's a process because when we had the freedom to use the platform the way it was supposed to be used, like Public Enemy, Poor Righteous Teachers, X-Clan, Brand Nubian, I don't think they realized what phenomenal process was taking place. I'm talking about the occultists, the ones who watch what we do and understand signs, symbols. Once they realized that we were using the word, you know what I'm saying, the drum, the body language, all of these spiritual principles that we had that they thought we forgot about, we were using it to raise ourselves up from the darkest points of the Boogie Down Bronx and other places. We were finally on the radar. We were being identified as the ones who could change the world. And hip hop has changed the world. So they strategically put all of these gatekeepers in place to stop that energy from manifesting to the very next levels. And the difference is most of these rappers today are owned by corporations, right? So that's how they getting their money. Back in the day, KRS-One and them, even though they might have been signed to a label, they still spoke directly to the people. You know what I mean? For the people. Today, if you own by a corporation, if Pepsi paying me $10 million and say we're not in alignment with you going out saying the white man is the devil, Black Dot, guess what the Black Dot got to do? I got a decision to make. Pepsi paying me $10 million, or is the white man the devil? So now the white man's not the devil, right? So now we don't have those messengers who would come out, because ain't none of these rappers, I sat and wait, ain't none of them came out and dropped no bars about what's really going on in the community. So they all on code. Once everybody got corked up, cash rules everything around me. No, corporations rule everything around me. Okay?
No, Dot. That's a game changer line right there. Corporations rule. That's exactly what's going on.
Corporations rule everything around me.
That's exactly what's going on, Dot.
The ones who had...
You gonna make that shirt? I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. So now it's no power in the word because everybody's quiet. Everybody shut the fuck up because they're not trying to ruin these corporate deals that they have. So there used to be a time when you could say, where the brothers were saying, well, I'm rapping about what I see. And my question then was, because I'm a metaphysician, who put the things around you for you to see? So that you can reflect that energy back to your people as if it was reality. And it's not. So we're in a bind now, and it's a corporate war, and corporations rule everything around me.
Yo, Dot, that's profound, bro. I like how you put that. Corporations, that's exactly what's going on. It's not just about cash. The corporations is running shit. They telling you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who to do it to.
Absolutely.
They just finished spanking Whoopi Goldberg. They bend her over and they're like, Whoopi, bitch, don't you say, bitch. They're like, bitch, don't you say. Yo, these corporations is wow. Oh, I like that one. Cream Corporate with your family. Yeah, this is. I hope y'all, family. I hope y'all. If y'all have children, y'all should have them in a room for this show. The youth should be hearing this show. Doc, let me ask you this, Doc, because we on a roll. This is flowing. I'm loving this. How do we teach the youth, the individuals that's into the hip hop culture, the people coming up, the next generation? How do we school them to metaphysics and to the supreme mathematics? Now let me finish. Elijah Muhammad knew how to do it. Clarence the 13X found dudes on the streets and taught, schooled them to whatever. But it seems like until we know, we say words backwards as swords, until we know the vibration of words and the science and mathematics of what we are doing, ain't nothing going to change. So those brothers figured out the formula to teach them the mathematics, and then it changed. But it seems like we got the wrong recipe. We're trying to change them without teaching them the mathematics and the science. So how we did it in Elijah's era, we did it in Class 13X era. How are we going to do this in this era? Because if they don't know the mathematics of this shit ain't going to change, it seems, Dot.
That's a great point, Rich. And I thought in its inception, that's what hip hop was supposed to be destined to do.
Okay. Yes.
It was supposed to be our music, our vibration, our frequency, and our form of freedom. Because within hip hop now, it has grown to the point where it can economically sustain itself. So we don't need to go outside of hip hop for jobs. It has a political base if we wanted to, which means if all the hip hoppers got together, we could put in office people we want to. Of course, it has a street code, no snitching, no this, no that. It has so many different, and now it has the metaphysical principles, thanks to a brother named Black Dot, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Asir, the Duke of Tears, Panic, Rich, Cambada, the list goes on and on. The final frontier of that was us bringing in a spiritual base that's not based on anything boxed in. It's just who we are. And because now we are the ones, the vanguards who have been commissioned. I told you, I sat in all of those lectures. Shout out Brother Big Man who passed away.
Oh man, shout out Brother Big Man.
Shout out Brother Big Man. When I used to go to Brother Big Man's lectures, I was the youngest one in there, and I didn't know why I was in there. I'm saying, why am I here with all these old people who, even if they get the information, they can't activate on it? But I had a hip hop spirit, and I believe hip hop sent me into those chambers and those temples so that I could make those metaphysical principles taught by Bobby and Phil and Blair and everybody else palatable for young people to understand. So that's why I wrote Hip Hop Decoded, which was to add all of the shit that they used to, and big up Brother Panic, because what Brother Panic, he did a lecture before I did on hip hop, and he had a bottle of Hennessy and he was smoking a cigar. And I said, that's the physical archetype that I have to use to connect with young people. So when I did my first lecture, which was 6-7 hours, most of the young people said the only thing got me through that lecture, Dot, you had that bottle of Hennessy on that counter. Now, if you pay attention, I only sipped that shit twice. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it was an archetypal image. We had to synthesize what our young people are into. And I'm a credit Bobby Hammett, because when I was going to his lectures and he was cursing up a fucking storm, coming from more traditional shit, that shit'll make you uneasy, but because it was so hip hop what he was doing. So I was being downloaded with the formula that I was going to use to hit the stage, bottle of Henny, talk some shit, but add high metaphysical principles to it. And when I began that process, I looked in the crowd and I saw a young brother, Rich, you know, from Black Magic 363, paying very close attention to what was going on. So we all were in the class together. And when that specific frequency of the conscious community, which was the last real one for me, dispersed, everyone had their orders and everyone began to continue to teach and help manifest. So we are doing it. It's just that we don't have a mainstream platform to reach as many young people as we can. Clarence 13X said you come as the people to teach the people. So hip hop is grimy, it's gritty, it's all of those things. But if I can get you to sit with me for 2 hours and we talking shit and we lighten up, but we going up, now you have ingested what it is you need to ingest and understand that words are swords, and the double and triple entendres, which leads you through multiple doors, which leads you to different destinations, and the whole vibration. Because really language, this English language, as we know, is like bullshit. But it's what is locking us down, and us not being able to unlock the code. So when I listen to mumble rap, hold on for a second, because I know people get ready and say, fuck that mumble rap shit, this and that. But remember, mumbling is a form of language. You know what I mean? And when babies mumble, babies know exactly what it is that they're trying to say to you, but they haven't formulated the words to do so. So these young people go into the studio, these young rappers, they go in with no pen and pad, with no predetermined shit. They start getting high and whatever comes out of their minds is what the song is. That's chaos magic. Now,
Facts.
in order for you to understand it, Rich, you got to be on their frequency. So I tell people, whenever you go to a party that's already started and you're the last one at the party, the shit sounds loud, the shit sounds chaotic, but for everybody who's already on the frequency, they understand what each other's saying. Now, when you pop a few drinks and get your shit on and get synchronized with their frequency, it all makes sense. So the reason we don't understand mumble rap is because we're not on Molly. You know what I'm saying? And we're not on the frequency that they're on. And when they get on that, it slows all of that shit down that sounds like mumble rap to you, and it all makes sense to them. So it is a form of chaos magic that's not for you old fuckers to understand. It's their frequency. We used to have a group, Das Effect, bum stiddly, baha. I don't know what the fuck they were saying, but I know it was dope, right? Yeah. Buster used to do that. Africa Bambata. What the fuck does that mean? But within that frequency,
even Michael Jackson, Mama say,
yeah.
Mama sa, Mama sa.
Yeah, what the fuck is that, right? So, understanding frequency. Young people have created a vibration that you're not welcome to because you have not logged into it. You too old, you too set in your ways. So they go to the studio and in real time, they get on the Molly, they get on the mushroom, and whatever comes out is it. Everybody else who was not on that frequency, it sounds like a bunch of gibberish and understood. But for them, it's a sacred sign. It's sort of like emojis. Like for old people who don't understand emojis, that's a written form of fucking mumble rap to them, right? I said, I'm going to write my next book in nothing but emojis.
Nah, you killing it
young
today.
people read it.
Nah, you killing it, bro.
No. This is true story. And I didn't even know. I'm gonna show you how out of touch I am. I didn't know when you text in all capitals that you're yelling. Right? So I was texting because I need glasses. I was texting in all caps, and young people's like, "Yo, why the fuck you yelling, son?" And me in all caps would say, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And they say, "Yo, calm that shit down, son." And Malcolm had to say, "Yo, Dad, you can't speak to these people in all caps because that's a language within itself." I did not know. So there are languages we create along the way. You know, we created Ebonics. You know, E40 creates languages frequently. And so we do this, and our collective agreement to understand it makes it real or not real. I'm yelling at niggas with capital letters. It's crazy.
Yo, man. Bobby said it a long time ago about how advanced, Bobby Hemmett, about how advanced Ebonics is, but we have such an inferiority complex, we don't even realize it. But we use a lot of scientific terms in Ebonics that describes the process of creation that we don't even realize it. I remember Polite broke down when we be like, yo, that nigga's salty. There's something actually going on in our body that's producing salt when a dude is behaving in that manner. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy that we'd be like, yo, I got friction with, I got static with that nigga. Now we're electromagnetic beings. Us using words like static or friction from the hood as a form of slang, like these are scientific terms.
Yes,
bro, we super. It's all in our DNA, bro.
It's all in the DNA, and it's unfolding. And when you take rappers like Rakim back in his day, who elevated the consciousness by removing it from a street level by saying, "Keep staring, soon you suddenly see a star. You better follow it." And elevated us into the cosmos. They said, "Hell fucking no. This shit will not be happening," because he had us begin to look beyond the physical. You know what I mean? Among other things. And that was in 1987. So can you imagine if left uninterrupted, where we would be now? So what they do, they gave you NWA They brought that shit back down to the G-Funk. And I heard the brother, my man, Real Nagas, was on the show, and he broke down the science of the G frequency. And then I said, ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. It makes sense now, as you just mentioned. We just thinking that's G-Funk, not realizing that the music was coded on a G scale to provide a certain energy to keep us locked in within a certain frequency. Shit is all magic.
Indeed. Man, fam, this is powerful. I swear, family, the point of this channel, if you don't get it by now, we are way more powerful than what we could ever imagine. Think about your wildest dream, your wildest imagination. We're a million times more powerful than that. A million times, family. And it's just, we're tapping into the shit. It's truly beautiful times we are in. Me and Dot's in it, been in this game for a while, and it's good to see what's happening right now as far as the awakening process and where the world's going. No matter how bad it looks, I understand that, it all makes sense. It definitely all makes sense. I wanted to go to Q&A. Before I go to Q&A, I want to say this based on what Dot was just saying. One of the things, before I ask my question, Dot, my last question, then we're going to go to Q&A. One of the things that I have problems with coming up, say around 25, 24, 24 years old, 25 years old, that, maybe this story could help somebody, is that I seen other people around me. I started seeing other people around me who were into the movement. After 4 or 5 years, they leave this shit alone. And I may run into them. They be like, yo, you still into that shit? So it made me think, damn, am I crazy for still being into this shit? I mean, so many people died. They'd be like, a brother will come with me to Brother Big Man. Buy tapes, Bobby Hammond, all that. 5 years later, he's back in the church. And when son go hard, he's back in the church. So I'm like, as a young brother in that era, because there was no internet, social media around at that time, I'm questioning myself and saying, damn, am I stuck in this place, or is this where I'm supposed to be? And I had to wrestle with that for quite some time, like, because so many people was just coming in the community, leaving the community, coming in the community, leaving the community, and I'm just stuck here. I don't want to leave and feel like home. I'm constantly, you know what I'm saying? So so for those who are, I've been there, done that in this community, and I haven't been in this position where I'm in all the time. So where you're at, I maybe most likely I used to be in that place. So I'm telling you where I used to be to inspire you, to let you know that you're not crazy. But I used to be in that place, Dot. So I just wanted to say that. But with that being said,
well, let me add to that.
Good, Dot.
To that, because I have quit this community 15 times. Right? Something keeps drawing me back. Now, and I tell people, the conscious community is not a resting place. In my humble opinion, it is a place you converge when you're being deprogrammed from structured religion and stuff that you were indoctrinated with. So before the internet, before any of all of that stuff, when you came to a 10-hour download of Bobby Hemming or Phil Valentine, it made you very uncomfortable, but it was supposed to, because you were being deprogrammed. And you were being told by some of the greatest thinkers, do not follow me anywhere. So they were all automatically telling you, this is not what you're used to. So I am not the Messiah. I am not the exalted one. Don't follow me anywhere. Bobby tell you, shit, I can't pay my rent this motherfucking month. Don't follow me anywhere. And what that did for me, it freed me from structure. Once I got freed from structure and understood that my spirituality could not be conformed to any box, it enabled me to move forward. Now, what started happening was the conscious community got stagnant. After a while, I don't know what year, whatever year it was, and it started looking like organized religion with the same people showing up, and then you got the bickering, and then you got this, and you got that. So it became stagnant, and that's when I said, okay, now it's my time to move away from that, but never abandon the spiritual principles that were taught to me and what my mission is. And then we went through an era of YouTube and this and that. And the more structure, the conscious community was not designed for structure. It is chaos in every sense of the word because knowledge is so infinite that it can't be boxed in. The minute you try to tell me who I am, I'm trying to show you I'm not that person. So people will come on my show and I'll be like, yeah, I just ate a motherfucking White Castle burger. What? Yeah, I did. Because I don't want you, and I want to be transparent. I don't want you boxing me in because you got the Hotep handbook that says on 39, you got to do this and do that. Then that means you are missing, and I want to be clear. I'm not bragging because we all been through it. I used to keep the Hotep handbook under my arm and would follow it by my dress, the way I spoke, the way I looked. I can only drink green juice. And I'm not telling you you're not supposed to be doing those things anyway. When I released the handbook and said I got to get on my journey and I got to go through some ups, some downs, and I have to experience life. If I am a spiritual being having a human experience, that's going to entail learning new things every day and not creating patterns. See, when we create patterns, even if you go to work the same way, you go to the same grocery store, you get the same cup of coffee, you get on the same train, you see the same people, you become the architect of your own matrix. And then you want to know why you can't escape this shit. It's because you've been writing code the same way. You drive the same way. You at the boss at the job telling the same jokes. You're creating a reality that's looped. And in that
looped
loop,
reality,
you get to die. So it is important from time to time to go off the route, change your route, eat a fucking chicken sandwich one day. I didn't say eat 10 chicken sandwiches or eat one every day, creating patterns. Whatever is supposed to be taboo for you within your moral compass, you have to do this so that you can descramble the algorithms that keep locking you down. And it ain't no you creating the algorithms. You keep doing the same shit every day. So you have created a prison within yourself by your thought patterns and your actions. I hope that is able to help somebody get through some shit. So get rid of the Hotep handbook and begin to live life a little bit more free in your expression, your thought. Allow information to come into you and to manifest it. Because I don't care what you know. I want to know what you can manifest. That's my shit. You don't fuck what you know, the stack of books you read. I want to see your magic in real time. How's your life? What is your life in accordance with? What have you manifested to bring love, peace, and happiness, freedom, justice, and equality within your realm? Some of these niggas with all of these books, they living on their mother's couch and ain't got a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of, as that's the saying my mother used to say. Old school people know that saying. And they're not manifesting their magic. Show me the magic that you manifest through your actions, your ways, and your walk.
It's powerful, Black Dot. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna get to one more question. Ask one more question to you, Dot, and I'm gonna get to some Q&A. So I want the people, family, once again. We got about 1,300 people in here. We're about to wrap it up. Probably within about 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank all of you for being in the chat room. Give some questions to Black Dot. Give me some questions to ask Black Dot. I'm about to get to the Q&A from the live stream, from the chat. Make sure you also hit the like button, family. That's very important. And also, if you would like to donate, you enjoyed this broadcast and you would like to donate, show some love because you can't get this type of information other places. Hit up the Cash App, Black Magic 363. I want to thank everybody for hitting up the super chat on YouTube. I seen it and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I always appreciation is powerful. You always love to be appreciated. All right.
Yes.
Before I get to the Q&A in the chat, what you said is deep, Dot, about the loop. Now, I don't know if this is a little off topic or not, but I feel as though that understanding that you're getting caught in a loop I feel as though I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this. I'm better at asking questions than I am at speaking. Ain't that some shit? Like I saw an entity came down here. I came down here to ask questions instead of answering questions. I'm a unique motherfucker. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm a unique motherfucker. Like I ask it, but I know the answer, but I don't know how to articulate it. I'd rather ask it to get the answer that I already know. That's what shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to ask it to get the question, the answer.
Crazy. And you're a master at that shit too. You used to ask 7 questions at one time and answer 2 of them. And I said, you know what, Rich? I'm just gonna answer the last shit he asked me. Because he asked me some shit, he answered some shit, he asked me something else, and then he asked me something else.
Oh man, dot. All right, so you talked about this loop thing, and I think that's important for us to understand. No matter how positive the loop is, it's still a loop. And the point of life is not to get caught in a loop, to be creative. Because creativity is always, the creation is not about being comfortable. Creation is not about, I made $1 million, let me stay. Creation is about expansion. That's why they say the universe is always expanding. They say the woman is the black woman is the best representative of the universe. That black woman, that black womb, the black goddess, the non-ether being, that is in this human form the best representative of blackness, the universe, God. They say the black woman is God. The black woman, from what I know, from what I understand, from my experience, she gets bored with a man who does the same thing, who lives in this loop. So niggas say, that bitch wants a nigga to beat her. She wants excitement. She wants a nigga who sells drugs. I'm just a garbage man. I do the same thing every day. I go to work. I come home 7 o'clock. I want to eat dinner and I want to go to sleep and I want to go to work and do the same thing every time. And that brother gets confused. He's like, this black bitch ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
What if the black woman just wants you to be who you really are, a chaos being? What if she just wants, and it's a different conversation because I'm not siding. Then the brother's gonna be like, Rich, you a simp. Nigga, you a simp. But it's like, it seems as though she's attracted to that creative, spontaneous energy that she don't know what the fuck is about to happen to her, good or bad, but it just happens and she's like, oh God, it happened to me. What you think about that? The black woman, what you said, the whole loop, the loop mind control program, whether it's good or bad, and chaos energy. Talk to me about that, brother.
That's a great question.
Thank you, brother.
And they say women, they love bad boys. It's not that they love bad boys. They love the spontaneity.
Yes,
of
that
what
bad
happened
yes.
with this bad boy, because it's not the same shit every day. And in my humble opinion, women, again, just my humble opinion, they will give you the leeway once you have proven that you're going to take care of their physical needs. We used to call a woman the earth, right? And all of that. But the material, they will let you venture off into wherever your beautiful mind takes you, as long as you handle earthly responsibilities. So I used to tell guys, all the creative stuff you're doing, your woman is a little bit more structured. So if the rent ain't due, if the rent ain't paid, or every week it's a different story because you can't meet, what it is that needs to take care of her physical needs, she's going to get bored with you quick because there's no stability there. When you challenge your woman and you renew yourself, I used to have this thing I used to do every year with my wife or ex-wife at the time. Every new year, we would really have an open conversation about what we can do different, because the stagnation is going to lead to death. And you become just a figment of somebody who's constantly doing something that she needs. So he's paying the bills, but you don't excite her no more. And that's why she got the side nigga, right? The side nigga's the one with chaos. He coming and going.
The chaos nigga.
Because she needs that too. So you have to find within yourself that man to be both. Now, I've been with my wife 25 years, And I'm not as spontaneous as I used to be, but guaranteed, I don't live. I'm breaking those molds constantly. And she go, oh shit, where we going now with this shit? You know what I mean? Because I always got something going on, and because I only got what I'm after. So she's along for that ride, and she know it's gonna cost her some time, it's gonna cost her some money, it's gonna cost some energy, but it keeps our relationship vibrant. Now, when I drove a bus for the city, I drove a bus for 18 years. I was killing myself because I knew that I wasn't supposed to be there, right? My mind started resenting my body because I got a reading done about my kidneys and all of that. And I was told, you're such a creative being, but this job is so fucking remedial that it's killing your spiritual energy. It wasn't until I left that job, as great as it paid, that shit pays 6 figures. Don't get it fucking twisted. Freedom didn't kick in for me until I left that specific job, and then was able to have the freedom to pursue anything and everything I wanted when I woke up. You know what I mean? So that's
money ain't freedom, huh, Don? Money ain't freedom.
No, hell no. Hell no. And again, when we speak about patterns and loops, they can be good patterns and loops, and they still imprison you. If I start working out every day and now I'm cock diesel, I have become a prisoner to working out. I gotta work out now, because if I don't feel good. Muscles will dissipate. So don't think loops are all about negativity. It's negativity and positivity. So you have to find it within yourself. And that's why, as crazy it may seem, them volatile relationships, they like that shit, because that bitch might come in today and say some shit she ain't said. I might come in, and for some reason, that shit brings excitement to them, because at the end of the day, at the end of the night, they fucking, and they waking up having breakfast, forgot about what the fuck happened. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you got your lunchbox, and I'm home, honey. What's for dinner, honey? And she goes, God damn, is this the man I married? And that other nigga at the job or somewhere else is exciting her. So it becomes a give and take of how you're going to manifest and keep your relationship. Because I'm a 12-year-old kid. If you watch my show, that ain't an act.
Oh yeah. I see it. And I see it.
My wife, she loves it and she hates it, because she's dealing with a metaphysical super being and a 12-year-old at the same time. But that's what keeps the energy going and keeps her laughing. And go, damn, only a fucking kid would say that. I'll go, yeah. You know what I mean?
Dad.
So, go ahead.
Dad, I think that, you dropping so many jewels tonight. I don't mean to get on subject. I think that's the key. With these women, they love you and they hate you at the same. Doc, my girl hates that I'm a Virgo sometimes because I'm so honest, and I don't mean to be, but sometimes it just comes out that way. But she loves it because she's like, I don't have no, but it's great. They have to love you and hate your personality
at the same time.
At the same time, brother. Yep. At the same.
That is a contrast of energy, so it's not all the same. And I don't know who I'm gonna be when I wake up. Shit, And don't get my kids laughing. Because I'll go in on wifey, I'll go a whole fucking stand-up. If Eli stop laughing, it's a wrap. I am literally a 12-year-old kid, and I'll just be unleashing shit I was thinking about. And so, but it keeps us, it's vibrant. My wife said, I only got one goal. If you keep me laughing, you can hang around. So I've been keeping her laughing, but I also challenge her. She's a great graphics designer, artist. I challenge her. I give her space to grow. I do spontaneous shit. You know what I mean? I'm liable to get it in anywhere and anytime. We add structure. So you got to keep it, because, it can get stagnant.
Indeed. Man. This was such a fun show tonight. Let's get to some questions from the family. I hope y'all been posting questions. What you said, Doc?
No, let's do that.
Okay, let's get some Q&A. We're going to get to about 5 questions, and then we're going to get out of here, family. I definitely appreciate all the time. Somebody wants to know, do you have a PayPal? I guess they want to donate.
Yes, it's money sign the black dot.
No. PayPal, not Cash App, PayPal.
Oh, PayPal is Momi Publishing. So that's MOMI M-O-M-E Publishing at Hotmail. M-O-M-E Publishing at Hotmail. Thank you for the support.
All right, let me they're so intrigued by the conversation. They're just writing comments. They ain't even writing. They're like they got to get some shit off their chest. They writing comments in here, Doc.
That's cool.
Let's see. Well, let's see what's this. My husband is a hardworking man, but he finds time to exercise his masculinity. When it snows, he tries to find someone's driveway to shovel. When the leaves fall, he finds yards to blow. He's inspiring. Okay, all right. Okay. That's what's up.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's definitely beautiful, and it's dope that you're giving him a shout out for doing that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely dope that you're giving him a shout out to do that. Let's get to the next question or comment. Let's see. Hold up, Dad. How do we know what hurts the music we are listening to is?
I think they have devices now that you can download apps on your phone. If memory serves me correct, that you can find out what frequency the music is tuned into. Now, 432, I believe, or 440 is the frequency that's common now. It used to be 432, but that was harmonizing our chakras and organs in our body, because that's what it was meant to do. So they had a concerted effort, I forget which year it is, to raise it up to, I believe, 440, which is a little bit more chaos, and we can't use that frequency as much. So retuning your music, because I was listening to a 528 hertz, which is about healing. And so they have frequencies now, or now we have come into the understanding of how to reconnect with these frequencies, so that when we're doing our meditations, our chants, we can be in tune with the specific frequency. And I like to use headphones when possible, so that I can get the music directly, into my third ear. If you melanated, you got not only a third eye or first eye, you have a first ear, which will enable it to resonate a certain kind of way and go directly into the bloodstream and do what it needs to do.
All right. Let's get to the next question. Hold on. I seen one and I don't see it no more. Let's ask it. What's your take on NLE Chopper? You know the young brother NLE Chopper?
I've heard of him. That's more of Malcolm would know more about him in particular, what his music represents. So I'm not too familiar, but is he another one of the drill rappers?
No, he's not. I wouldn't classify him as drill. No, I wouldn't classify him.
All right. So I can't really speak on, but I remember Malcolm speaking on this particular rapper, and yeah.
Okay, 10 years from now, where do y'all see music going, better or worse?
I'm gonna say something has to take place for us to get in a creative space again. Remember, when hip hop was birthed or rebirthed, because hip hop is nothing new. We've had the drum, we've had hieroglyphs, the sacred dances, and the griot has always been with us. It needed to be unlocked, and a circumstance had to be created. So when they got rid of the art classes, the dance classes, the music classes, and put us in the middle of what appeared to be a desolate situation, that activated something within us, and we had nothing. And when we have nothing, we create everything it is we need, because that's who we are as creators. We too high on the hog perception wise. So when you see these rappers today, and it looks like, and the perception is we're getting it now, we high on the hog, we living, we don't have the need to go inward anymore to create, because it appears we have it all. So some very, not tragic, but a circumstance has to be created that forces us to take music to another octave. And when we get to that other octave, then we'll be able start the process all again. They won't call it hip hop because remember, I'm gonna be honest with you. We in the 70s, we didn't call it hip hop. I'm from the 70s. I went to jams in the park. It just was. We was jamming in the park. The minute we gave it a name, we gave it form. See, now a lot of white people used to be around then watching us do it. Oh, this shit is magical. They didn't know what to do with it because it had no form. The minute we gave it a name, we gave it form. They ran back to their communities and said, this shit is called hip hop. And then they began to create infrastructure. They went 2 or 3 paradigms ahead of us and sort of created these infrastructures so that the manifestations that we would bring forth through hip hop, when they landed on the earthly realm, they would know how to package it, they would know how to promote it, they would know how to reap all of the financial benefits from it. And for us, it was just like a doodle drop. You know, I drop a spiritual creative shit all the time. And I keep moving like an elephant. Elephant drops shit. And you keep walking. That dung, right? That dung that the elephant dropped is usually scooped up and it becomes fertilizer for some other shit that's being created. Our creative process, I take, like I said, these spiritual shits all the time. They're fertilizer for people who can't access the higher realms of existence. So what they do is they set up paradigms on this realm and try to keep you trapped here. But they will open it up because they need new shit. Let these niggas do their shit. And when they have that dung and that spiritual dung comes down, we can fertilize our reality and continue to live on.
We're going to get to 2 more questions, then we're going to get out of here, family. The next question is, Black Dot, do you think they will ever succeed in reducing the majority of the human population?
Yeah, that shit just happened over the last couple of years. Pay attention. That candy, as we call it on my show, that people were taking, lining up, voluntarily taking,
the candy,
something messing with your G code. This is different. This shit is cutting you off from your black dot so that they can, at any given time, people are just going to start dropping. Now, don't think people, if everybody just started dropping coming out of the clinics, that would alarm people and that would be too obvious. So when people just gradually start dropping because this shit is mutating within their body, yeah, they can reduce the population, absolutely.
Indeed. All right.
Excuse me.
When a person is insecure and overly emotional, get caught up into paranoia and can be taken. I don't even know if that's a question.
That's more like a statement.
Yeah, I thought that was a question, but I thought it was leading to a question. All right. Black Dot, discuss the unique experience of aging in melanated black spiritual and hip hop life. Good question.
Again, I'm 12. So I don't know how old you are.
Okay.
So for me,
I like that.
The aging process with kidney failure. Remember, this is the Black Dot talking to you. I've been on a machine for 17 years, and they can't kill me because I'm 12. And I don't understand the process of death. It means nothing to me, no matter what goes on in life. So your mindset will give you the ability to be old or young, right? All is mental. This is a fact. I live this shit out every single day. I know people who are younger than me, but they look so old, they look worn out because their mindsets. I need you to revert back to being a kid in mindset and watch the youthfulness just ooze through your body, no matter what physical challenges you have to face. If the mind stays young, your body will stay young. In terms of spiritual and hip hop, I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So I listen to young people's hip hop. I don't listen to it as much as I used to because I got responsibilities and things to do. But I get on their frequency from time to time because that was me when my parents said, Dwayne, why the fuck are you taking my records out of here? And why are you scratching on them? And why are y'all yelling? What the hell is this crazy chaos shit y'all doing? Because that's what it looked like to our parents when they was on Al Green and the Commodores and all of that shit. And here it is, we're adding. And why do you need 2 copies? Why am I giving you $9 to go down and buy another fucking copy of the fucking record you already got, Dwayne? You know what I mean? Not understanding us needing to suspend the break beat and all of that. So we look crazy to our parents. So when you have youth, tap into them and allow them to have their crazy moments, right? So that you can learn from them. And spiritual is who you are. It's the essence of all things. When I'm finished using this avatar, because I done blown a gasket or 2 in it. I have. That's when you run in your car. I blown a gasket.
You blow a gasket or 2.
But the car still running.
Go ahead, brother. The car's still running. Go ahead, brother.
I get some time.
Go ahead, brother.
I'll try to get the gasket fixed.
Yes, sir.
That's in a nutshell. If I had to explain to you what my life is dealing with the unique experience of Asian, melanated, Black spiritual hip hop, that would be the answer I would get to.
Indeed. Oh, man. All right. Like I said, this is such a fun show, family. I'm definitely enjoying the show. Thank you for all of y'all who's tuned in. Make sure you hit the like button. That's very important. Everybody who's watching, make sure you hit the like button. I'm asking brother one more question from the chat, and then we're going to get out of here. But family, make sure you hit the like button. If you would like to donate, that's appreciated. Go to Cash App, $ Black Magic 363. Let's get to this last question.
Yes, sir.
Family. All right. Dot, what's your thoughts on raising a family around a dysfunctional community, Dot?
That's a great question.
Yes, sir.
And
yes.
The key to it is there's always going to be dysfunction around us because I can't control the outer perimeters. So I focus more on trying to be the best dad I can be and be the God I can be in that universe of my children and my wife. And when I tell people, sometimes you take on too much. You're looking outside at the external world, and that's too heavy of a burden for you to carry. And we want to know why we can't make progress. The progress is in handling your business within your circumference. So I'm really big on spending quality time with my family, experiencing things with my family, starting a business with the family. I got a business started with my family, not necessarily to make money. That's great, because I wanted to build a hack into a reason for them to have to come see me twice a month, mandatory.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So a lot
That's
of
man
times
shit. That's man
older.
shit.
I got grown kids.
Yes, sir.
And they disappear and and you don't see them as much. I started a family business because I wanted to be selfish. I said, this business is a family business. This shit is important. You have to show up. And when we show up and we start talking business, the conversation leads to how you doing? Oh, okay, that's what's going on with you. We start laughing, we start joking. So that was my reason for starting a family business. And I encourage everybody to start a family. I don't give a fuck if it's grandma's secret barbecue sauce. Start that shit and make everybody have to attend, because you have to keep the family unit back together. We've all gone so many ways, social media, this and that. So in a dysfunctional community, all I can do is keep my unit tight and prepare them for the outside world the best I can. But I know that at some point they have to go out into that dysfunction and try to function. You know what I mean? And it ain't always easy, especially for young men and young women. So you do the best you can. But if you don't spend quality time with your children and just give them over to the world because you yourself are immersed in a whole bunch of bullshit that don't mean nothing, then the results are what they're going to be. So spend quality time, start a family business, or do something that's going to make the family have to come together, and you'll keep a tighter unit, and it'll make you, better for it.
Doc, man, listen, I definitely enjoyed today's program. Oh, man, I definitely, especially because it revolves around hip hop, and you're the best at infusing spirituality, metaphysics, the occult into the conversation of hip hop. So I definitely enjoyed today's conversation, brother. Tell the people before we get out of here. Tell the people how I know you got a popping YouTube channel with your son.
Yes.
But tell them how else they could contact. I know you got merch, all that. Give them all the contact sites.
Right. You know, we on live every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Urban X TV. Me and my son Malcolm, you know, and my wife, you know, we involved. ShopUrbanX.com. That's our website. We got a sale going on right now for the 28 days of so-called Black History. You get 28% off. You
I
can
just
do
thought
that.
about you today. I'm going shopping this month.
Yes,
I'm going.
nice.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm on Instagram and all the other places, but that's pretty much it. Twice a week, I get together with family. I also do a show with my other son Eli, who's disabled, and we have a show called Disabled is Able with him and his best friend since kindergarten, who's also disabled. So they do this podcast where they talk about sports. That show is just as important to me as Urban X TV because it has given Eli, who's 22 now, purpose. He's a genius. So that show comes on Wednesday nights on his channel, which is Disabled is Abled. We're launching a couple of things. I can't speak on them yet, but stay tuned, and I'll be excited to come back to Black Magic in the next couple of weeks and share what it is we've been working on, because I think the people are going to be excited about it.
Hey man, Doc, man, I really appreciate you coming on. I know you got a lot going on. You got your whole network going on and your family. I see y'all doing your thing. That's absolutely. I had the privileged family of seeing his setup in his house, and it's beautiful to see a Black family have a setup like that where they have a whole section for business purposes. It's beautiful, family. So I commend you, my brother. Yeah, I'm glad. You're such an inspiration to a brother like me. You know, I'm not 20-something no more. I'm not a young brother. I'm 20-something. But you will always be an inspiration to a brother like me. So keep doing your thing. Like I said, I'm going shopping this month on your site. You got the big sale going on.
Yes.
And with that, thank you for the show. It was a magnificent show tonight. Absolutely magnificent. Yeah. With that being said, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We still got about 1,100 people in here. Thank you for tuning in, family. This is Brother Rich Black Dot. We getting out of here. Peace, family.
Peace.
Yes.